You're watching this? Don't come here!
We have such sights to show you.
Alright, what's up, fools? Grand Marquise
and Sir Sco.
And this is Hella Horror, where we talk about horror shit. We look at movies with a similar theme and chopping down the humor and sarcasm.
Simon Rasa will be getting into some creepy shit, funny shit, and dumb shit, so get with the program.
Guaranteed. So give us the disclaimer, Sir Sco.
That means that we spoiled the shit out of all the fucking movies. If you don't like it, that's too damn
bad.
Too damn bad.
Too bad, so sad. Bye-bye.
Blah, 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 blah.
We got a superstar in the motherfucking house right now.
Yep.
Motherfucking Gem 7 in the motherfucking house.
What's happening?
How
What's
you doing?
going on?
How's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty
How
good.
it doing?
You know.
Good. How you feeling?
Big vibing.
You big?
Why?
Straight
Really
off
quickly.
Straight off the heels from the Hella Hops recording.
Damn.
Yeah,
Drinking what?
some alky, you already know.
And what kind?
Mac Drizzle.
Damn.
Yeah,
You got hella
that's
big
right.
ass.
If you watch that episode, you already know.
He's literally drinking some Mac Drizzle.
Yeah.
Golden Ale. No, we ain't even lying. So we even got this other thing that's growing, percolating, marinating.
Mm-hmm.
Hella Hops by Sir Sco and Gem 7. It's going to be dope. If you want to know more about motherfucking...
Watch Hella Hops if you're that interested.
But also, too, just let me know, Hella Hops also is going to have future episodes also with Grand Marquise.
The one
He's
and
over
only.
here trying to be all Viking, like, I'm not part of it. No, of course, it's just...
I'm the talent for hire.
for the...
Firme lap forever.
man.
All good. But yeah, so this is a pinner episode of ours. You know, every time we have a pinner episode, you know what we're getting into. It's an anthology. So just, you know, as you start to get used to us, you know what I'm saying? The pinners are the anthologies. One shot, one kill. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
the movie for this pinner episode is V/H/S. VHS. This movie is fucking crazy. Came out in 2012. This movie was directed by a hell of motherfuckers. Bunch of randos, right? I won't call them randos. You know, a lot of them went out and do big things, but it was produced by a dude named Brad Miska. He was actually one of the founders of Bloody Disgusting. So some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. So Bloody Disgusting started off as like a website of just horror shit of all stuff, you know, all media. That started way back in 2001, and it just kind of grew out of that.
Online?
Yeah, it started an online website, and then they just kind of grew into, you know, social media, obviously, and then they even have like a streaming service now,
Okay.
where they have movies, random curated movies, and helping produce movies too. Like this one, 2012, they were like, let's do a movie because they want to do some like original shit, like, you know, fuck all this bullshit that's coming out.
Getting into it and shit. Right?
Yeah,
They're
and
down
so-
to their own versions.
Exactly. So they came out with this anthology, and the thing about it, fun fact, him and, you know, Brad and the cronies, they reached out to a bunch of filmmakers that they had kind of had relationships through Bloody Disgusting, right? And they were like, hey, we know so-and-so, let's just get them all together and let's just do a movie. We're all doing a bunch of different stories and shit. And so that's just pretty much what you get. And it's all found footage stories. So literally, like, this filming is like guerrilla style, you know what I'm saying? Running around with handy cams and all that
What'd
shit.
you call it? Found
Footage.
footage. Oh, that's right. So somebody found it. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, the story is framed around that whole
Mhm.
idea, and all these little stories are, you know, tied to that, right? VHS tapes, hence the name VHS, right? So this is pretty cool how they put it together, and then they pretty much told the filmmakers, dude, just go nuts, do whatever you want.
what do you think that means?
What?
VHS. V/H/S.
Yeah, I never looked into it.
Maybe very horror shit stuff.
Hey, I like that. That's the official meaning now.
Very horrifying ass shit.
Right? Very horror shit. Or stuff.
Whack.
So VHS, right? There's 6 stories in it, and it's framed around one single narrative. And that one is pretty much a group of thieves, a bunch of crazy ass white dudes just being all criminals and shit. and they record all of their exploits, right? And then a mysterious client finds a leader and then hires them, the crew, to go steal a VHS tape. It's supposed to be fucking super valuable, and the client said, "You'll know it when you get it." Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many VHS tapes that they find, and then they all of them watch the tapes, and that's where the stories are at. So these 6 stories are called Tape 56, Amateur Night, Second Honeymoon, Tuesday the 17th, The Sick Thing That Happened to Emily When She Was Younger. That's a long ass fucking title.
Quirky. They're trying to be quirky with that one.
Straight up, man. I was like, dude, just keep it simple. Why can't you just say Emily just fucking weird, right?
And then they're just trying to be fucking, what is it? Artsy.
Original. So, and then the last story is 10/31/98. It's the date, Halloween 1998.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it all starts down. You know what I'm saying?
Break it down.
So we start with the frame story, right?
Crazy ass fucking white boys doing that crazy ass white
Weird
shit, man. You know, y'all.
When those motherfuckers say shit's gonna get weird tonight, shit gets fucking weird, and they fucking film everything, right? Like for real, like
incriminating themselves fucking off the bat,
straight up. And what they do right off the bat, they go and fucking kidnap a female, or they try to kidnap because they want to rape her, and they're like, yeah, she's got some nice chichis and blah, blah, blah.
But it was a trip how they did it. They're all recording her, like really scouting her out and say, okay. And then they got out and they ran. They ran over there.
Yeah.
There's like 5 of them, right?
Yeah. And it was just like fucking just grabbing her, and she's like screaming. And the dude that she was walking with, I guess he was just a friend. Cause
he took off.
Because he fucking took off. He was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
He ran.
Ain't got time for this.
She's like, get help, get the cops. He said, fuck that.
He's like, I got priors. I gotta get out of here. I can't go back. I'm not going back.
Yeah, hell nah. He just is like one of those, dudes that are just like, I'm a bounce. I don't want to deal with this shit at all.
I turn around the corner, right? I'm walking down the street, it's my own business, right? And this dude come out of cops.
And it's right, some other dude had to step in.
After that shit goes down, because it's a failed kidnapping, right? And apparently they sell their footage of their rapes and the kidnaps, on the black market for money, but
$50.
$50 of fucking tape.
Yeah.
There's hella dudes, right? And then it's like, what the fuck, bro? You guys just split $50 6 ways and you're doing all this crazy shit?
But they've done it like 25 times.
And they done it. That's not a lot of money.
That's what they said. I was like, damn.
What's 50 times 25, man?
I mean, there's like about 500 or some shit like that.
Yeah, split it 6 ways. It's just like they all look like tweakers. So that money's just gone.
Oh yeah, man.
And then you just see them break shit in random places.
They're just doing that crazy ass shit, like breaking windows and breaking in, and then what they do too is they break into houses. They do robberies.
Yeah,
and they record themselves doing that.
Yeah, fucking just dumb.
Yeah, it's just that dumb shit. You're like, damn. But
and what's funny is like only one dude is like, yo, man, how does he know our names and how does he got a hold of us? And the leader was like, what, they got a fucking porn stash or whatever the fuck, looking like he's some shit out of what the fuck's that movie, Gem 7 with the fucking porn?
Boogie Nights.
Motherfucker looks like he was at a fucking extra at Boogie Nights in the background, the key grip, fucking holding the fucking microphone and shit. Getting cum on the microphone, like, get the fuck away! You're too close to the scene. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Anyway, so this dude, right, he's like, who gives a fuck? He's going to pay us a gang of money, right? So they're going to get paid a lot of money. So like, fuck it, whatever. So they break into this house, silently looking for a VHS tape. Then they find an old dead dude on a chair, like.
Passed the fuck out.
Yeah, well, he's fucking dead because he's fucking smelling like fucking ass.
Shit.
Puro
caca way.
He just like, yeah, man, this dude like, oh, that smells dead, man. And then what's weird is the room is all pretty much bare except for the chair and then a bunch of TVs stacked up and VCRs. Yeah, and it's all like that white static screen, like tape hit the end and nothing but static. Kind of creepy.
And snowflake static.
Yeah. And so that's all they find. And they go, okay. So then they just start fucking rummaging through the house and making noise. So one dude, they say, just stay here. there's some VHS tapes. Check them out. So then he pops in the first tape. And then that's how the stories pop up in this movie, right? So the first story called Amateur Night. No, this story's crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is one we're talking about that chick with wings and shit.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
Damn.
Basically, this is like a point of view type of video or story. So the main dude, he's got glasses and he looks in the mirror. So you see how he looks like. And he's got like a little pin camera in the eyeglasses, right? And so they're going to go party, hook up with chicks. They like to record that shit. And
do a porno pretty much.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what they do. And then they run into a chick and her friend. Tell them about the friend.
I want the fucking big eyes and shit. I want to look like right off the top, something's wrong. All she get, like, first they show her, right? And she looks all like, literally, her fucking eyes are huge, like round, like a cat, right? And she just looks weird. Her whole posture looks weird, and she's like really skinny, thin, small frame.
Very skittish.
Yeah, it's skittish too. But there's a point with that dude, that little nerdy dude with the glasses, with the camera glasses. And then, oh no, he goes to the bar to get some drink.
Yeah.
And then she just like comes out of nowhere and says, "I like you." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "I like you." He's like, I like you too, but let's go over here. And she's just acting hella. She actually, she's acting like a cat.
Yeah.
She had like this cat appearance to her, right? Even her,
It's true.
her future, her posture, how she was moving, carrying herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, she just this is like weird ass fucking just acting hella weird, man. Like doing shit like that, and
it just progresses from there.
Yeah.
So as all this is happening, the party's over, right? The club closes up. Main guy that's always like pushing it, like, come on, let's make this happen. I want to get on the choo-choo train. Right? He wants to make it happen. So, they're talking to the girls. They get them back to go to the telly, one of those nasty ass roach motels, you know what I'm saying? And then the dude, he's messing with the other girl who's nice and drunk at this point. She passes out and he's like, fuck. And then the other homie on the couch is like,
laughing and shit. He gets all mad.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
Can't get that nut, so he's all mad.
So
mad
then
squirrel.
That's essentially, baby, I want my nut. So then he just jumps on the other girl, right? The fucking weird bug-eyed chick, right? And then, she goes with it, but the whole time she's looking at the dude with the glasses.
Well, she was trying to get it with him, but he was lagging, right? The dude at first, he was like, because he didn't like how the other homie on the fucking, not homie, man, fucking great wacko and shit. He's laughing the whole time, and he was sitting in the fucking couch.
Yeah.
And so you keep trying to tell the chick you want to go somewhere, and you could tell she's just trying to get down. She's ready for it. But
took her dress off.
Her feet was looking funky, right?
Oh, dude, her feet look fucking jacked.
He ignored that shit though.
Nah, hell no. I would have been like,
but
yo.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
She was beautiful, but her feet were jacked up. I pulled the covers back. It's hammer time.
So she had some type of mind power.
Either that or the dude was so wasted that he was just like, I see bush. I want to jump into the trees and get busy because that was his sole goal.
That's all he was trying to do. Yeah, fucking little horny bastard.
Yeah, but then at first the other girl, I thought, oh man, this is getting rapey, dude. I don't know, I'm not down with this. But then she just goes, okay, I'm with this. Then she flips it on him. Then she's like riding my cowboy. Then she's reaching out at the dude with the glasses, like grabbing his shit, like, yo, I want you too. And he was like,
chong chong.
And she reached out to the other dude, or she called to the other dude that was fucking tweaking out on the couch, like, hey, come on, man. Let's get this going. I was like, oh, this is getting crazy. And that's when glasses dude.
No, she looked at him and said, no, not him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the subtitle, that's what it said. When I watched it said, she pointed at him, she's like, no.
Oh,
I don't know. That's why it was kind of weird. And then and I think that's when she turned.
Yeah,
right. Because he couldn't. He tried to, but he couldn't. And that's when he ran into the bathroom.
Because the dude with the glasses went into the bathroom to kind of like collect himself. Like, we're gonna get with this. That's when he goes in and the white. Man, she's like munching on dude. You can see it far away. Like she's on the bed, and she's like biting on the drunk dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other homie, fucking dude was high. He comes running there. Oh, fuck. It's some crazy shit's happening. Because she's like fucking just all demoned out.
Well,
Shit.
not either that, just chomping on dude. Like eating him like fucking hamburger.
Yeah, she's having herself a little happy fucking meal, super duper fucking with the French fries and the fucking milkshake, dude. She was going at it. So then the other dude, the high guy, he gets fucked up and gets his balls torn off.
Not just his balls, his dick and his balls.
Yeah, his
that
dick
shit
and his
gets
balls.
fucking ripped off, man. Like,
And she throws it at the dude.
She wants sausage and eggs for breakfast.
And she throws it at the dude like, "Go my way!" And he's like, "Oh, fuck that! I don't want no part of that."
He's like, "You're next, bitch."
He's like, "No!" And then he just goes running out, and then he's trying to escape, and then he falls down the stairs, hurts his wrist,
breaks his fucking wrist,
and then for some reason he can't stand up on his own power. So then obviously the fucking demon chick fucking catches up, tries to get him hard, because I think that's her thing. She likes, to eat horny dudes. And he's not having it because he's all, or crying like a punk. He was crying like a punk. You know what I'm saying? He was crying like a punk. And so she feels rejected. She goes in the corner. That's his second chance to escape. So he runs out. But then when he runs out, he's trying to like bang on the office and some Indian ladies. And I'm talking about Native American, but like straight Hindu Indians. They're like, "No, get out of here. We don't want to help you."
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah. And he's like, "Oh, man, help me in and get me in." Then he runs into some dudes in a pickup truck, getting their beer on the cooler. And then he's like, "Oh, help me." And then out of nowhere, he just gets swooped up. He gets pulled up into the sky and you see wings. Then you see her fucking face, just full demoned out, teeth, open thing on her forehead. And
yeah, well, that's how she looked when she got to the bottom of the staircase.
That's right. You see her full.
Because she keeps saying, "I like you." So I don't know if she was trying to do something else and
Mate with him?
probably because she didn't like attack him until the end where she just took him away. She didn't really kill him. I mean,
No.
well, I don't, who knows what happened, but that was kind of weird.
That motherfucker's gone.
Yeah,
That sucks.
Trippy as hell.
motherfucker's dead. All right, so yeah, that was that. I like it because it started really quick, and how everything happened didn't lag.
Yeah, it was like quick, bam, bam. And then like she got worse over time. So I like that one.
I mean, even Gem 7, right now, we were hella hops. We had it on, and even Gem 7, that character popped out of you, huh?
Yeah, it did.
During the whole...
Especially that whole, the way it ends. For sure.
Yeah, so...
Trippy.
No, definitely. With each story, because it's on VHS, and all of a sudden you see a blue screen, and then boom, you're brought back to the main frame. So then all of a sudden, all you see is a dead body, and the dude that was watching the VHS is gone.
Yeah. But you see how the body keep coming back? Actually, before we go a little more further, and I thought about this early on, but that scene when it first starts, there's this dude, he's trying to get it on. First, it shows him by himself sitting in the bed, and then he's trying to get it on with his chick, and she finds out that he's trying to record. What happened to that?
So that was kind of weird. So, like, that's the thing about these dudes, right? The tape that they were using to film all this shit they were doing, he was filming off some, like, homemade porn thing, and it was some chick that he was trying to, like, bone and shit. And she's like, "What the fuck is that light on?"
I missed that.
Yeah. But that's weird. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it kind of just goes away.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why they even did that. You might as well been taping over fucking the Super Bowl. Who gives a shit?
Pretty much, that's what it was. The same effect.
Yeah, it was just
with the porno, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's just another chance for a white girl to show off her chi-chis and shit.
Damn.
So then you're back to that scene, just a dead body now. It switches up to another crew member, another thief that goes down to that same TV room where the dead body's at. So he's like, "Well, let me just check these VCR tapes too." So he pops a tape in, right? So boom. Now you've got the second story, right? It's called Second Honeymoon. A couple rolling through Route 66 in the middle of the desert, middle of nowhere. They're just riding around. They go to a little town, whatever. They check into a nasty-ass middle of nowhere motel, stained sheets, all that stuff. Getting ready for that hotel sex, man. Which doesn't happen. And then eventually they come across one of those old miner machines, kind of like Tom Hanks movie Big. So it's a miner. He's like, "Yeah, come and I'll tell you your fortune, whatever. So they pay for it and they get this little fortune that comes out. And what it says is, you got to watch your back. You can't trust everyone around you, especially those closest to you. And it was kind of cryptic, like, watch your back, homie, that type of thing. All right, so she reads that. She's like, that's kind of weird. What the fuck, right? So fast forward, they're in the motel. And then eventually there's like a doom, 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 doom at the door. And she's like, yo, what the fuck is that? I don't know. Let me go check. But when he comes back, he's spooked. And then she sees a black hooded female wearing a black jacket with a hood over and just kind of walking away from the motel down the street. And then she's asking questions about it. And he's just like, oh, she's just lost. She's just lost. It was kind of weird.
Now she's walking back and forth.
Yeah. It's
outside.
just real creepy vibes. And dude's acting funny about it. And he's just like, forget about it. Don't worry about it. I'd have been like, fuck that. I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. Or I'm going to go knock her out. Because this is, she's creeping. She's making me nervous. Make my woman nervous. I can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward, they go to sleep, and all of a sudden the camera just turns back on, and the chick that was outside, she is inside the room now, filming them, goes through his wallet, steal his money, his cash, and then goes in the bathroom, grabs his toothbrush, and fucking just right through the fucking toilet. And then she puts it back like, what joke's on you, asshole? And then they wake up. So they go do some touristy shit. So they go back to the hotel. They go to sleep. The same shit happens again. The camera turns on really close up on the dude's face. And what happens next, Ersko?
Got shanked in the neck.
And then you're like, oh shit. The girl that's holding the camera is dude's girlfriend. And you're like, yo.
Got done dirty, man. That's what happened.
Dude he got proper
That
fault.
was crazy, though.
You met the wrong one.
Like, oh.
You thought she was the one? Negatory, sir. And then you're brought back to the main story, right? So now the dude, the same guy that was watching the VHS tape, he's still there. But this time, behind him, the chair is empty. So the old white dude, the dead guy, was gone. But this whole time, the dude has no clue. So he grabs another VHS tape, pops it in, and the story number 3 starts. This one's called Tuesday the 17th. It opens up with like 4 tweeners, 2 dudes and 2 chicks. The driver, the brunette, she kind of sucks. She's the one that's bringing them all on this drive because they're going in the middle of nowhere, the woods or some shit. And they're like, what the fuck are you taking this? Oh, don't worry about it. It's just somewhere cool. Blah. They park somewhere. It's like a dead end road, right? And they still don't know what they're doing there. She's like, no, it's this way. We used to come here as kids or whatever. The fuck. As they're walking, you'll see like little scenes of a quick glitch, like kind of a glitchy effect. And you see like an image of a dead person, a dead body, like kind of smashed head on the wall. And later on drowning with the back torn open, and the brunette goes, yeah, my brother was out here. He died. That's why we're out here to find out the truth and stuff like that. And they're like, what? I'm just fucking with you.
Well, before that, she said, she
right.
turned around and said, oh, you're all going to die today.
Yeah, it was some creepy shit. Like he was filming.
So she was acting all fucking weird from the beginning.
Yeah. It was just kind of weird creeper shit. And yo, what the fuck was that about? We're all going to die here.
Because they were smoking a little bit of weed, man. They got all paranoid. They got the little nerdy friend. I don't know why he was there.
Oh, yeah.
He got him all fucking hella high. He was tripping off of the
fear.
They were making fun of him because, like, did he just say drugs? If we're doing drugs? So he's like, straight up, this, no offense,
Square
but
ass.
a fucking Poindexter and shit, man,
Yeah.
right? So they were kind of trying to fuck with him at first with that, and she was using that to leverage that to kind of
Yeah.
like fuck with them. But what happens? The blonde chick and the nerd, they go out to the woods. She went to go take a piss or a shit or something like that.
That's straight dumb.
And he was recording it. So then that's when she's like, you want to see something? Because he was a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Right.
Want to see my cheer?
And that's what she got.
Yeah. Murky.
Murphed.
So, like I said before, when they were walking in there, you see this images of dead bodies. You see like a glitch in the film. So all of a sudden, the glitchy stuff happens and she's doing her cheer. And all of a sudden, there's a person. Like, it looks like a hood, like a person with like a heavy jacket, like a green jacket with like a red hood over their face, like a ski mask. But it's all glitchy.
It was like that camouflage type of effect.
Yeah.
Where it's, but at the same time, it's digital.
He moves like an assassin, and all of a sudden he just throws like a knife, and then Poindexter turns, And this chick, dude, she gets a knife through the back of the head. It's pretty ill. We'll talk about it later, but kills her. And he's just like, oh, fuck. And then he gets knocked down. The next thing you see is like the knife, like a butcher knife, go through his fucking head, like more than once. And he gets, it's bloody.
Oh, no, yeah.
He gets fucked up.
That's what made it interesting because it's like in the past, it would have been just one hack to the head. This one was various ones. Like it showed you. I was like, oh shit, fuck. So when is he gonna stop? He's like, we haven't gotten to stop.
Guys, when you start, you can't stop. Pringles, right in his fucking head. And so this is where like it goes back to the brunette and the other dude, and they're like, yo, what's going on? And he's like, where are they? They're, did they disappear? She's like, yeah, don't worry about them. That's what she's like, you want to fuck? And he's like, huh? And she grabs his shit, and he's like, whoa, what the fuck's going on? And yeah, it's just weird.
He said no.
I said no, and no means no.
And I don't want to be recorded. He's like, turn that off.
Yeah.
Remember he said that?
Yeah, because now she's got the cam, and then he gets weirded out. He's like, yo, use this as bait? What the fuck's wrong with you? Then that's when the fucking glitch assassin shows up and slices his throat, and then all of a sudden she's running. The whole time she's running.
Well, the bait was because no one would believe her story, pretty much.
That's
she said
right.
something about
her brother being killed.
No, this thing being in two places at one time.
Yeah, weird.
So she was pretty much plotting. That's what she was doing, right?
Yeah. So she had been kind of planned this whole thing. So she runs away, and then as she's running away, like the glitch assassin's popping up left and right. You kind of find out the glitch assassin comes at her, and she set up a bunch of traps. And then he gets caught in all the traps and bear trap and, one of those things that fly up with the spikes, hits him and everything. And it doesn't work. And she gets fucking straight stabbed the fuck up. What I don't understand is, yeah, she plotted all this and, set all these traps up. She's been there before. And why didn't the glitch assassin take her out when she first went out there to set up all these traps? He must have been like, oh, I see what you're doing. Are you dumb? I'm out here already. Are you going to come back with friends? Sure. Come on.
This is not a fucking full 2-hour story, man. They're trying to fit this shit in what? It was 25 minutes?
Yeah.
20 minutes? Come on, man.
It would have been more believable if she had just a shotty in her back pocket and just...
This guy,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
So that's how that story ends, right?
Yeah.
Is so, blue screen VHS tape finishes, right? So now we're back into the frame story. So porn stash guy and the other guy, they're down in the basement. They come up to the TV room, right? Where all the TVs are at. So now this is a tribute part. So all you have now is just the old dead body is back in the chair. But the thief that was watching all the videos, he's disappeared. He was gone. So this whole time, the guys from the basement have no clue. And they're just calling out like, yo, where y'all at? No one's answering. He's like, what the fuck, right? The leader, this porn stash dude was like, I'm going to go look for the other guys. You stay here. You look through all these VHS types until you find the right one. So boom, he plops down. Let's watch another home video. We're now brought to the next story. The sick thing that happened to Emily. Ugh. This is a sick thing that happened to us, man. For real, man. Yeah, man. This story's kind of was definitely not my favorite. And Sirsko, what are your thoughts?
Nonsense. Stupid. We got done without it.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It starts creepy, right? So a white couple doing like a FaceTime, like a webcam type thing. Well, so these motherfuckers, right? She shows off some white pasty ass chi-chis, and he's like, fun. So then she hears a bunch of weird shit in her apartment. The dude on the other side is like, yo, babe, don't go out there. So at one point, the door's open. All of a sudden, you see a little kid like in the hallway in the darkness. It's kind of creepy. He runs in, he just grabs the door and slams it shut.
Yeah.
And then the dude's like, whoa. And she's like, holy fuck. And the next day, they talk about it the next morning. She's like, what was that? He's like, I don't know. Maybe it was a draft.
No, this was like a little, not only he was a little small people, but he was radiant of green, like he was radiating this green aura around him.
Yeah, and he was wearing like fucking like a onesie.
Yeah, so he looked.
This is weird. It wasn't no fucking wind.
No, it wasn't no fucking wind. Wind don't look like that.
Yeah, so I was like, come on, what the fuck, dude, right? So the next night, she wakes him up. She goes, shenanigans. More shit's happening. She sees the kid again in the living room, freaking out. So she runs back in the bedroom. Same shit, right? Different day. So, so the next night, all of a sudden, she's like, well, I need to talk to him. And she's like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to close my eyes and face the camera with the light. And you tell me when to stop and I'll start talking. I was just like, what? So she does it. She flashes. He's like, oh, wait, turn to your left, turn to your right. And then all of a sudden, there's 3 kids, right? And they just look kind of like weird, like some shitty ass zombie makeup from like the fucking liquor store and shit. And then she's like, and she gets knocked out. And then she's laying on the ground. And all of a sudden, dude just comes bursting into the apartment because her camera's now facing her body laying down.
Mhm.
3 kids just laying there looking at her like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Trick or treat, waiting for fucking candy. And so this dude just bursts in like, what the fuck do you come from? So tell him what happens next.
So he ends up pretty much cutting her stomach, right? Right, because the chick was passed out at that point, and he comes in and he opens up a hole in her and takes out, what is it, like a baby?
I don't know what it was.
It was like this weird creature-looking thing.
It's a weird, like,
you see that?
fetus creature-looking thing. just
Yeah, and I was trying to make sense out of it, and they're like, you can't keep doing this to her. She won't survive the next one, or she won't survive this one, or something like that. So
Is that
there were,
because he all looks like he's like trying to like almost like he's explaining something or teaching something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so
Interesting.
I think they were using her as a host.
of some sort. It just makes no sense. And you're like, what the fuck's going on? Because obviously this dude was like right next door. This motherfucker ran right over.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then he goes like, I don't even know, make it look like an accident. And then he starts beating the shit out of her.
He says I gotta break some bones now.
But then you see the next day, they actually have that webcam footage again, the next morning.
Oh, they did? I didn't see that.
Yeah, the next morning. So she's alive. And then the
Oh, boy, I
next
see
morning,
that, yeah.
dude, he beat the fuck out of her. She had like
Oh,
a
no.
black eye. Fucking,
But they don't show it.
this motherfucker went like Ike Turner, just like, hey,
Well, he
I'm
said,
going on vacation on her face.
yeah, because I guess because it could. You didn't mention it. He says, "Now I gotta make this look as an accident."
Yeah.
So he used the excuse to fucking break her bones. That's what he said.
And
Now
he
I
kicked
gotta
her in the
break some
face,
bones.
too. And he kicked her in the face.
He broke
Shit.
her arm. He broke
Yeah.
her. She looked fucked up, man. She got towed up.
Looks like she was in a car accident. So, yeah, he fucked her up. So then he terminates that call. And all of a sudden, it's a new white girl talking to the same guy,
Yeah.
having the same similar conversation. This time, she shows off her chi-chis. So VHS blue screen, and you're like, okay, what the fuck was that? That was a waste of my time.
I mean, it's not bad. It's only, like I said, 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, but
So-
still, I was like, you could have just
Yeah,
removed it
there
altogether.
is 5 stories.
So we're back in the frame story, right? Porn stash dude, right? The leader comes back into the TV room, and now the dude I was looking at the VHS, he's gone, and the old man is gone. And then he starts hearing noises, and so he's like, "The fuck?" He's calling out, no one's saying anything, so he goes to investigate, right? And then all of a sudden, he sees like the body of one of the thieves, headless, decapitated, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he looks down, and the head's on the floor, and he's like, "Holy shit!" And then he sees the old man. It's like a straight zombie just coming at him. He's like, oh, fuck. So he's running. He falls down, fucks himself up. And then all of a sudden, the old man comes at him hella fast. Brief glimpse of the old man's face. And it looks like his mouth is kind of tore open with hella sharp teeth. And then he just fade to black. Done.
Eats his ass up.
Yeah. The cam drops to the ground. And then that's it. You don't see anything further. It's pretty cool. And all of a sudden, a new VHS tape comes on. So this is pretty much the last story. So it's kind of weird how they tacked on at the very end. So the last story then plays. This is the one that's the date, 10/31/98, Halloween night, right? So all of a sudden, group of white dudes barbecuing, and all of a sudden, the tape cuts, and then it's Halloween night. The camera guy, he's got his dog costume on, and so then he hooks up with his homies. They're going to a house party, right? So they're driving, and then they get lost. They're like, "What the fuck is this place?" I guess to another part of town they've never been. So they finally get to the house. And the house is quiet. It's a big-ass house. Walk around the house, and they actually get into the back door. It's unlocked. And they go into the house, and it looks abandoned. Nothing. There's no furniture, and they're just walking around. I don't know. At one point, if I'm looking for a party and I go in an abandoned house, there's nobody in there. There's no party. I'm not fucking staying there.
Well, it's supposed to be wasn't it like a haunted house theme type of thing?
Yeah.
So maybe I could see it being part of the.
Yeah, but if there's nobody, no noise, no party, no drunk people, yo, this is kind of fucking weird. Let's get the fuck out. But if you get a group of white dudes, they're gonna be like, let's go fucking run around and fucking tear shit up. It just makes no sense. But anyways, they're wandering around. A lot of like ghost creepy shit happens. Noises, doors, images of a girl sitting on a chair in the shadows. I mean, a lot of weird, creepy shit. Where shit really starts to fucking amp up when they start hearing like chanting. It almost sounds like music and people. So then they follow all the steps and everything until they get to the attic. As soon as they walk in the attic, it's like a bunch of like hillbilly white dudes and a girl like tied up like she's in a ritual or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, with their hands in the rope and tied up. And then she's like screaming and I don't know what the fuck they're chanting. There's some kind of prayer. And then the group of the dudes, they're like on the stairs and just looking like, first they think it's a joke. And they're like, oh, this is kind of funny. Ha ha. And then they start playing around and start chanting too. The dudes just stop. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then start screaming at them. And they're like, yo, calm down. Yo, we just, having fun with it. And then they're like, no, you're fucking things up or whatever. And all of a sudden you hear like a rumble, like a monsterish. And then they're like, yo, what the fuck's going on? And all of a sudden the Hicks just gets pulled into the ceiling. Mm-hmm. And it's just a shadow in the ceiling. It just gets pulled right in, just gone. So the dudes are like, fuck this. Let's run. Right? Because then the dudes are coming at them. So they just run down the house. They get to the front door. The door's open. They're like, run. The dude with the camera's like, yo, we can't leave that girl there. We can't leave that girl, man. We gotta go back. They said, fuck it. Let's go back. Let's get her real quick. So they run back up there. And those dudes are still trying to kill her. And then weird shit's happening in the house. They fight the guys for a second. They try to get her down. And then hands start coming out of the fucking walls and the floors, the floorboards. And then shit just gets nuts from there. They grab her. So they're running down the stairs. And this is where the house all just goes fucking poltergeist, fucking playhouse, crazy shit. Things are flying through the house. Things are levitating. The walls are like closing. All the doors like get covered up like a wall. I mean, this shit was fucking nightmare, bro. Then you go down to the basement. I don't know how that's kind of sounds like a bad idea. They go straight to the basement. They're running through the basement. And all of a sudden, like smoke and dust just starts build up and like chasing them. They luckily find the cellar doors that go up to the yard or whatever. They get the car. They jump in the car and they're fucking taking off. They're like, get out of here. I don't know where I'm going because they've never been there again. They're driving and then the car stalls. It's not starting. They're like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, the girl, she screams and then she disappears. It's just fucking nuts. She disappears and then all of a sudden she's on the side of their car and screams at them. They're like, oh shit. And then she disappears. Where'd she go? I don't know. All of a sudden they realize they're on railroad tracks and there's a train coming. They're like, get out of the car. And they can't get out the car. Then they see the girl in front of the car looking pretty dead at this point, bleeded out and all pale and shit, more paler. And then the train comes and then video cuts because the train hits them. It's nuts.
Lights out.
Yeah, it's lights out. And then fucking the movie's lights out. Boom, end of movie. She was kind of nuts, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, the way the whole thing just boiled out and came to.
What do you think that last one was? What do you think she was?
I don't know. Well, I think
probably was possessed by then.
Yeah, because I think she was part of the ritual, and there was like a dagger at one point that they show kind of for a second, but those guys, those Hicks or whatever, trying to kill her, I guess part of the ritual. The costume dudes, they took off, so maybe during that point they actually did stab her and finish the ritual. Well, to a certain point,
yeah,
she was supposed to probably bleed out there or something like that, and then so when they pulled her out, her dying was like the end of the ritual, and yeah, it was nuts, man. Especially when the house started freaking out.
Oh, when they started getting pulled in and shit.
Yeah.
I guess it's because the ritual got interrupted.
Yeah, and then like the doors were just getting covered up, like the windows were turned into walls, and
so they were just at the wrong house then.
Maybe, yeah. I think they went to the wrong house.
Fucking idiots, man. These white boys.
I appreciate that all these stories have like creativity to them.
They do.
Yeah. Well, it plays into that is like the producers, they just grabbed some filmmakers that, remember this film, it wasn't like tied down by like a big studio. We want you to do it this way or that way.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, do your thing. Make it scary, make it creepy.
You could tell by the way how.
Because a lot of this stuff was original as fuck. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's for sure. This film had a lot of original concepts and like a lot of fresh ideas and fresh takes.
It's a thin line.
Doing love and hate.
What was the worst scene for you, or the worst story? I will say the worst story, not scene.
The worst story is that fucking wannabe doctor, the one with the video Skype, Zoom or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That was kind of pointless. It's just there was no explanation, no nothing to it. I don't like it how it kind of started, and then she was kind of weird about it, and then there was some type of background story with them too. They grew up together, but it was just not compared to everything else.
Yep.
That's definitely it should have been left out.
Yeah, I agree, and especially I didn't care for it because it feels like they were trying to build like a relationship or like connection, and there's like backstory, and then all of a sudden it just ended so abruptly, and like his involvement was like out of left field, and the way he was talking is like he was forced by somebody else, like an agency. Why the kids? Who? It's just too many questions. I mean, I like there to be questions like investigative, like, oh, wonder what led to that. That not more like, what the fuck is all this going on, man? Who the fuck are those kids? What the fuck did he pull out? Who's he talking about?
Well, it doesn't make sense. Even like when the new one came in the end after he killed that one, it's like, okay, so it's just there's really no true connection to that story.
Yeah, the whole time he was like, I guess one story I think they could have just been like, you know what? Oops.
Well, that's why there's 5. They could have done with 4.
Yeah, 4 would have been fine.
I think they were just pushing it at this point.
Yep, I totally agree. So
that was one that I could definitely do without.
So what's your favorite kill scene? Kill.
The second honeymoon story. No, when the dude gets fucking shanked. First he gets shanked. The main dude, right? The boyfriend or the husband or whatever he is. When he gets stabbed in the neck while being asleep.
Yeah.
And then not only he gets fucking stabbed, right? So he gets stabbed, all this blood is coming out, and then they didn't slice his jugular, like they ripped that shit, man. Damn. And then I don't know, something because you know that actually happens.
Yeah.
You know, versus all these other shit, that actually is something that could really happen to someone if you did it.
Yeah.
That's why it was so like, fuck.
Yeah, there's been serial killers that have done that shit, like, you know, fucking the Night Stalker, fucking Ramirez. He's done that shit.
He's sliced necks?
Well, he used to kill people in their sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what his thing?
He'd shoot the men and then stab the women or sometimes rape the women.
Yeah, see, man, I try not to read about that because it's like glorifying those fuckers.
Yeah. But that shit was nuts, man.
But yeah, and in the fucking movie, that was one of the ones that, again, because it was so realistic.
You know what made it worse? Is that motherfucker, before he dies, he brushed his teeth with some toilet water. That's fucked. So now he got stank-ass breath, and now he's dead.
No, and then they gaffled him.
And he gets gaffled.
By his cash, man. Poor guy.
First they rob him, then they kill him, then they're like, here, have some toilet water.
Waste.
Fucking wasted, man. Straight up. Yeah, definitely. For me, man, it was in the I think it was the third story, Tuesday the 14th. So that one is the blonde chick, you know, the one doing the cheer that we talked about. That butcher knife that the glitch assassin throws, it moves really quickly, and all of a sudden you just see they did a really good job. Like the knife goes in through the back of her head, straight at her like left eye, like just, and then like on the tip of the knife is her fucking eyeball, and she's like, what the fuck?
Wasn't it dangling on the side? Like the knife popped it out.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. Yeah, it was just like,
and it's just dangling with the knife tip sticking out. I was like, damn.
And she's like just kind of stuck on stupid, just standing there. And she's like,
what the fuck?
She got eye fucked.
Damn. And then she just drops like a sack of potatoes, and then that's when you see Poindexter get a fucking knife in his head multiple times.
Hell of times, man. It's like, who hurt you?
Fuck.
Yeah, he got fucked, man. But that shit was primal, man. For real. So how would you rate this motherfucker, man?
I would give it, I got 5 on it today, yes. Besides that bunk ass, yes, I got 5 on it. But besides that fucking bunk ass wannabe doctor story, it's still good.
Yeah.
I say it's it. You know, nowadays with all the movies that are out there, that it's just like you're what is that sensitized of not really.
Yeah, desensitized.
There you go, desensitized of not really being like surprised. And this one actually did make me like oh shit, like I wasn't expecting that shit. So that twist itself makes the movie enough to where it can have one shitty story. That'll be good.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I give it an 8 puta estrellas. What the fuck was that?
So passionate.
Yeah, because she, like you said, she was unpredictable, man. I was like, oh, okay. That was cool, man.
Yeah.
I came leaving that movie like, that was a good time. Actually, it did spook me out. It did give me some good scares.
So what do you think after, Gem 7, after hearing Grandma Kizzy's
synopsis?
Well, that mixed with on the screen as it was playing through, that means I saw pretty much all of it then.
Yeah.
If hearing you guys talk about it. Yeah, it's a good movie for sure. Like you said, it's a good time and it's refreshing ideas, new ideas. It's like, all right, cool. And then there's like this realistic tone to all of them. They all feel realistic, and it's like really trippy. It's a trippy movie.
How many points do you give it?
I give it out of how many?
Yeah, pick one.
Out of whatever.
This is Gem 7 score. So you say, hey, I'm going to give it, make it 7 your
I give it 6 out of 7.
There you go.
There you
nice.
Go. Okay.
6 out of 7 gems. Is that correct?
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So would you recommend this overall?
Yeah, I recommend it. It's a movie that's definitely, you want to see something different. You want to get a little fucking creeped out at night. Actually, you know what? It's a movie that you could definitely put into if you're that type of person that likes Halloween, and likes to watch Halloween movies throughout October. This one definitely would be recommended for a list.
Yeah, it's definitely on the Grand Marquise Presents, the October list of creepy shit. So check it on the social media. You'll see it out there. That's actually on, I forget which night, but it's on there, man. But
wait a minute. Those are actual movies?
Yeah.
Happening on those nights?
No, those are the movies I'm telling you to watch on those nights. If you got to pay for it, I'm sorry. I didn't do all my homework.
Disclaimer, man.
That's a fat disclaimer. Tattoo shot time.
Yeah, boy.
Getting that creative feel to this again.
So what is it? So what do we have here?
So this one, we're going to put ourselves in the movie this time. So we're going to be like the post movie, like if the movie went different. So this is a situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just mind your own business, walking down the street, mind your own business. And then all of a sudden, some fucking freaked out white boy just comes running past you and just bumps into you and goes, and he's freaked out. He's got a porn stash on him and everything. He's like covered in blood. He's like, ah! And he drops a VHS tape. And you look at it and you're like, So you grab the tape and then you take it to your destination. Wherever your destination is, this part of your story. So now you paint how this next part of the story ends or goes. This is your scene. What happens next?
Fucking rhino fucking an alligator. I don't know, man. You're making me fucking think something creepy as fuck.
And this late at night.
I mean, to top that off, and he's saying like he's curious enough to go watch it. I mean, fuck, man. At this time, you have to go pull out a fucking VHS if you can find one. Because this is 2012. It's like, no, VHS went out of style in 2000. So you had to find one of those things, but to play it on. But what would it be? Fuck, I don't know. It would have to be something crazy as fuck. Something that has to do with the demon.
Yeah.
Or something that is related, that is kind of you as a kid has imagined. Whatever your fear was back then, whatever it is that got you like those chills in your bones.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So let's say you as a character, you watch this crazy VHS that, just like you said, like really affects you. What happens right after that?
What happens to me?
Yeah.
Right after watching
that shit.
That's like almost fucking talking about my own death.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather have that shit be random.
Damn,
Yeah,
Jim
fuck
said,
that, man.
Jim said, how did you fill that little void in?
I could see myself running to bury that shit somewhere. Like, I don't know what the fuck, but I'm not gonna be associated with this. I need to get this the far away from me as possible and go chuck it somewhere. And like, hell no, I want no part in this shit. I would honestly, after the first one, I'd be like, I'm not partaking. I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm just saying like the
watching the
VHS
event,
You just pop
tape.
it in, like
Those events.
And who knows what's in that VHS? That could be multiple stories. Who knows?
I'll go crazy.
Yeah.
I'll go fucking nuts, man. What would you?
So let's say I grab the VHS tape. I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird. So I'm walking, go to my destination. I ain't got no motherfucking VCR. You know, I know some people's got VCR, so I was go fuck it. Let's say I just stash it in the closet or whatever because I forget about it. But then the afterwards is like weird shit starts happening around my house. Shit starts moving around. I think it's raccoons on the roof, but it's not. You know, saying all kinds of weird shit starts happening. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm fucking cleaning out, you know, the studio set, you know, and I find that fucking VHS tape. As soon as I touch it, now all of a sudden just, you know, I feel like, you know, like goosebumps and shit. Like, oh, fuck, what the fuck's going on? That's so weird. And then I'm like, oh, my grandma got a tape player. So I'm going to go to my grandma's house, go to the VHS tape and pop in the VHS. And then...
This fool act like he can't order one through Amazon for like $30. Fucking cheap ass.
No, we got time for. I want some pupusas. I'm gonna go to my grandma's house. She's made me some pupusa while I put this fucking tape in. So I popped the tape in, and then the fucking story with the last one with the fucking ritual shit. And you're like, oh fuck, that was crazy. So I stop it. Right when I stop it, all of a sudden it goes from daylight to nighttime outside. I'm like, yo. And then my grandma now comes in with fucking glowing eyes. And it's like a monster and just fucking kills me.
Damn.
He even threw his grandma in there, man. This guy is sick.
I could dig the nighttime, the whole daytime to nighttime just immediately.
Yeah. Like
it's like 1 second it's like 4 p.m. in the afternoon and the next thing you know it's like dark and you're like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah, and then lights off for everything. The only thing that's giving light, I never noticed it was just like the on the VCR, on the tape, on the video. And that's the only source of light in the whole house. And it's dark as fuck. Like no moon, no stars, just pitch black.
See, I ain't gonna do that.
And then
myself.
grandma's eyes just
better watch out.
She's like, mijo.
And I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
damn.
He's bold,
And it just
man.
comes at me hella fast, like fucking like and just tears into me, man.
Damn.
That's scary as fuck.
Damn, man.
That just scared me, man. I won't be able to sleep tonight.
I know, man. That sounds like that's why you're like, I can't do that to myself, man. If I can do it, and I go home and be all tripping. Fuck yeah, you already want to say that. Nah, man. You know you have those times.
It's Halloween time. I always get spooked out by.
Man, there's always
Spooky season.
But anyways, yeah, man. Last words, big homie.
Yeah, last words that we have for y'all is find us on IG and TikTok at Hella Horror Podcast, and on our Twitter, our handle is at Hella Horror Pod. We also have some content on YouTube, Hella Horror Podcast. You can drop us a message on any of those platforms, including me at Sir Skull or Sir_Skull on Instagram. We're constantly putting out cool shit. Share our media pages with everyone you know. Pronto.
For real. Just get it all out there because, you know, you got Sir Skull's original artwork that's just splashed on there. And I just put on a bunch of rando shit and stuff that, you know, kind of teases the next episode and stuff like that. We're everywhere. And then if you go to our bio on any of these social media pages, click on the link tree. It'll take you to the source of all the stuff. And then eventually you'll see even more. Yeah, more to come, man. So just stick with us and keep the channel tight.
Yep.
So you can remember, just email us at hellahorrorpodcast@gmail.com if you guys want us to try some other shit, some other movies. You know, hit us up. And remember, keep dreaming and do something about it.
Firme lab forever, satellite forever.
What
Jump
a
7.
lit.
That's what I got.
Simón.
Peace.